Hey everybody, this is Deb with Truthification Chronicles, and I'm sorry this is going to be a short one, but I watched the rally tonight and everything, and I'm really tired, so I want to make sure that I give you a few little pieces of information and just some very important things that you need to know. First of all, Rudy Giuliani, this was an interview that he did with the Daily Caller. Really good, okay? It's kind of long. It's over an hour long, but wow, he says a lot of stuff in here. He has such documented proof, and basically he's kind of daring the deep state because he's pretty much put it out there. He says that when they try to attack him, he's going to release more. So he's putting stuff out there, and he plans on putting a lot more out there, especially when they attack him, because there was an attack today that, first of all, they were digging into his divorce, and then today it came out a couple of guys that he knew were arrested for something. So yeah, anyway, so that is an excellent interview. Like I said, it's about an hour long, so it's a little long for me to do too many clips out of, but it really is good. The links will be down below just like usual. Another one, this is just something that I wanted to show you, and I'll leave a link to it in case you want to comment on it, but this is about this guy. He has converted 70% of his neighborhood from liberal to Trump voters. Yeah, it says here 8% of the black community voted for Trump in 2016. I was hoping for 24% in 2020. He's campaigned by himself for Donald Trump and has 70%. So it was really interesting that, he just started talking to people and he made sense. So he turned his neighborhood around. It doesn't take much, folks. If we get a lot of people who do that, it's really going to help. I encourage you all to go out and talk to people about Trump, and not so much about Trump himself, but about the things that are going on, and kind of dispel the lies, because there are so many lies out there that they're just not true, and we need to make sure that people understand that. Anyway, I wanted to show you this picture just because, wow, this is from the rally, and you can see this place was packed. I mean, how do you look at this and then say that the majority of the people in the United States want to impeach this man? I think not. I don't know where Fox is getting their poll data from, but it's sure not from people that were there. I mean, every rally he does, if this was like just one rally, it'd be different. But it's not. It's every rally he does. He packs them out. And I can tell you the rally I went to, I didn't get inside because I was too late getting there. And there were lines and lines and lines of people. It went around several blocks. I mean, it just wove in and out of these blocks. I was amazed when I saw it. And it was just stunning. So, that was way back before he was campaigning for this. I mean, it's been a long time ago. So I have no doubt whatsoever. They said, I think, this is from Brad Parscott. Yeah, 20,000 plus inside, 25,000 outside. I have no doubt that's true because that's what it's looking like. And there were a lot of problems with it. In case you don't know, they wanted to charge him $500,000 to have, the security and stuff. Well, they charged Obama $20,000. So it was really fishy. They did work it out. I'm not sure exactly how much they ended up having to pay, but if they had to pay considerably more, that could be a lawsuit. So that'll be interesting to see. Anyway, this is probably the most primary thing that I'm going to show you, except for the date, for the FISA thing. But Congressman Biggs calls for recusal of Adam Schiff from unauthorized impeachment inquiry. Okay, granted, it's not recusal of those who are running to be the Democrat candidate, but this is also good too, because, Schiff really needs to be out of there. Well, anyway, here is the text of the document. It came out on October 9th, sent to Nancy Pelosi, and they say, we request that you ask for the immediate recusal of Chairman Schiff as the head of this unauthorized impeachment inquiry. His actions with the whistleblower make him a potential fact witness, and his actions thus far have demonstrated that he is not qualified for this serious responsibility. I would say so after that parody Or it wasn't a parody. He just got caught, and that was the only thing he could think of to call it. Prior to the filing of the complaint that led to the opening of this unauthorized impeachment inquiry, Chairman Schiff's committee staff communicated with the whistleblower about the content of his complaint. According to reports, information from the whistleblower was then communicated to Chairman Schiff. The public knows little else about Chairman Schiff's dealings with the whistleblower because Chairman Schiff has failed to disclose the interaction. When asked directly whether the committee had any contact with the whistleblower, Chairman Schiff lied and said no. In light of this, Chairman Schiff must be required to answer questions about his interactions with the whistleblower under oath, as he has proven that he cannot be trusted to be honest otherwise. I like that little dig. In 2017, you and your colleagues, including Chairman Schiff, demanded the recusal of then-Chairman Nunes from the Russia investigation because he allegedly met privately with a source to review sensitive information, without disclosing the meeting or the information to the committee. In keeping with past precedent, principles of fairness demand that you request the recusal of Chairman Schiff under these similar circumstances. We urge you to give this matter your immediate attention. The integrity of this institution demands it. And it's signed by several. There's several of them here who have their name on it. And so, yeah, I thought that was something you needed to see too. And it was kind of short, so I thought, I'd put it in this one. Links will be down below, just like usual, so you can share that. And then this is from the Conservative Treehouse. And according to Maria Bartiromo, IG report on FISA will be released October 18th, as thick as telephone book. Yeah. And she also, according to her, said, against new information that U.S. Attorney John Durham has lengthened the time frame for this investigative inquiry into the DOJ and FBI activity around the 2016 election. Earlier today, Fox Business host Maria Bartiromo revealed, and President Trump tweeted, the FISA report by Michael Horowitz will be released on Friday, October 18th. If that time frame for the IG report is accurate, that means the classification review has been completed. Any remaining classified information not specifically authorized in the Inspector General report, a decision granted to AG Bill Barr, would be placed in a classified appendix that is not available to the public. Barr has the ability to declassify anything he wants, really, because Trump gave him that authority. So it could be really interesting. He has in the past decided, when he put out the Mueller report, he put out as much as he could without it being redacted. So I tend to think that's what he's going to do on this one too. It just makes me wonder, what is he going to consider something that, he doesn't need to redact? There's a lot of stuff there. A publication date in and around October 18th would also mean the time allotted for principal review has expired. Generally, the people whose conduct is under review are granted a preview of the report that covers their activity. The IG may or may not include any response from the principals outlined. If the IG permits inclusion of a principal response, the IG usually outlines additional information to rebut or support the principal position. A final draft is assembled only after the OIG administrative referencer makes a final review of all statements of fact and provides citations therein. Then things get a little troublesome. Now, this is where Sundance kind of speculates a little bit. If Bartiromo is accurate as to the size of the IG report, this is where the summary of IG findings becomes critical. Generally speaking, the IG writes the full body of the report, but may not author the executive summary. The executive summary can be written by administrative state career officials, and their priority is institutional preservation. If they are motivated to shape public opinion of the report content, the executive summary may be written to dilute institutional damage outlined within the main body of the report, because there's going to be a lot of institutional damage in there. And so what Sundance says is, we saw a profound disconnect between the 14-page executive summary and the main 568-page body of the investigative report when the DOJ and FBI released the IG report on FBI and DOJ handling of the Clinton investigation. And if you read both, you understood that already, because people that read only the executive summary assumed that there was no political bias found. Well, that's not what it says. It says something different, but that is what they put out. And it came out on, the 5:30 on Thursday, June 14th, less than 3 hours after this report was published. The FBI timing was purposefully positioned just before the 6 p.m. broadcast evening news so that the media could run with the headline, "No Bias." It was a transparent DOJ, FBI, public relations, and political con job, which, I kind of think it was. And it was disingenuous, really, because that's not what the full report said, but that's what everybody went with. There was no bias, no bias. That's not what it said. Anyway, so that's what Sundance is kind of saying that will probably happen with this. If Ms. Bartiromo is correct that DOJ officials are releasing the widely anticipated IG report on a Friday, which is what October 18th is, unfortunately that Friday document dump would be an indication the intent of the DOJ leans toward diminishing the content. So, going to be interesting. We'll see. We'll see what happens, right? Anyway, so the links will all be down below for you. I think, this could be really huge. It is going to be really huge when it comes out. And I hope that executive summary is true to what the document actually says. Because if it's true to it, we will find out a lot of things. Anyway, that's what I've got for you on this one. I have several tabs open. Lots of things I found on Twitter today, but I just haven't had time to sort through them all. And I really didn't have the time or energy to spend doing that today. So that's it for this one. And I'll look through things and find you something for tomorrow. So I want to thank you for stopping by, and I'll see y'all later.